right, so we are playing Fish Slap, Quest for the Princess Fish.
Yeah!
And this game was made by Covert. What's his last name is Covert, right?
Yeah, Michael Covert.
And some other douchebag.
Yeah!
Chris Weiss.
Oh, who's that?
My buddy.
Your buddy.
Our
My
buddy.
buddy.
He's my buddy.
So...
So this game was made for the Ludum Dare 32, which there were like 2,800 entries for, so it was ridiculous. But the theme, so this is a Game Jam game. If you don't know what a Game Jam is, it is basically an event, competition, or what have you. It doesn't have to be competitive in nature. But the idea is that it's an excuse to make a game in a limited time span. And the best Game Jams are the ones that take 48 hours, or 72. This one technically was entered in the 72-hour one, because it's the Ludum Dare Jam. But this one we did in 2 days, so we did in the 48-hour time span with a little bit of extra finessing in the last day.
yeah.
So the theme of this jam was an unconventional weapon. So Covert and I decided to go with the traditional unconventional weapon of fish slapping.
I'm really excited. So it's just, it's not so I just use the mouse to do the thing.
Yep.
All right.
You swing the mouse back and forth over the enemies to slap them in their vital points, and then you click the left mouse to dodge. You have to be on the screen when you click, otherwise it's not gonna work. But
I gotcha.
ideally, you're staying on the screen anyway if you're slapping the enemies. So
One would hope.
yeah.
I've already been warned. Apparently, this game is very difficult.
I like to design my Game Jam games tough.
As a troll game tends to be difficult.
But I can beat it, like, without taking very much damage, so...
Let's play now.
Says the guy who made it.
We've been talking too long. Oh god!
Crab! Fancy crab.
Oh god! Ah!
So if you notice on the right side, there's your UI for how much health, armor,
I dodged.
damage, and what level you're on. Nice. So you gained 5 health from killing him.
Oh, cool. Okay, so now I like the way that this is laid out. This is really cool.
Covert programmed that mini-map,
Left.
and I was so happy because it works beautifully.
I'm gonna go left. Oh, a gelatinous cube! I like the grapes and the jam.
Maybe
Oh,
a jam-matinous cube?
You're the worst. You're the absolute... Why not?
You're not hitting anything.
Why not?
Because you're not hitting his weaknesses.
So this guy...
Wait, where are his weaknesses?
The things. You have to hit the things. You're not hitting anything.
I see. Oh, that's fun.
That's a health bar at the top. So the gelatinous cube, basically, he's invulnerable to normal attacks. You have to kill the stuff inside of him.
Oh, that's a fun mechanic,
You have to starve him out.
That's a pretty cool idea. Oh god, no.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but each enemy has a weak spot.
Do they?
Yep.
You have one health
Oh, his eyeball.
Every enemy has
Nope, I fucked
destructible.
it up. All right.
Okay, so you died, but every enemy has destructible points, and
Oh.
every monster also has weak points. Those are not necessarily one and the same either. So for the crabs, so you can start another one while we.
Why is your fish still moving?
I liked the.
Is the fish alive?
Yes.
The fish is alive.
Why is the fish alive?
Because it makes it more interesting.
God.
I love the art style with the disembodied arm.
Thanks.
Oh, I broke his monocle.
Go for the clock. Go for the clock.
No, he punched me.
So-
I broke his claw.
And now he
You're
can't
not
use
hitting
that
it. You're not
attack
hitting it.
anymore because he doesn't have a claw to hit you with.
Oh, I broke his eye. I broke off his eye.
You're not dodging.
No, I'm doing it very
Oh, you
poorly.
gained health for beating him.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
So
I
each
see.
each
Okay.
monster drops something. It's either damage, armor, or health.
Oh. Oh, I
Can
like
you
that
go?
too.
Is there a threshold for top amount of health?
Nope.
Awesome.
All right,
you
I
can
know
never-
to hit the stuff now.
It's also the only way to recover it. So the trick with this guy is also finding his weak points, because if you notice, slapping the skull doesn't really do much damage. But when you reveal that little cube, the sphere in the center, it deals a shitload of damage.
All right, so I got
'cause
an
it's
extra
like
armor.
His cube cores. That was the idea, at least.
All right.
Crab!
Oh wow. Look at that.
No,
By doing those
stop.
wide swings, you're hitting more than one thing at a time. Oh.
So we have a total of 4 different monsters in this game, and it's unfortunate that we didn't get more in because when we first started jamming, we were planning on
I
having,
like his mustache.
I think, 5 rooms deep. So we wanted to do that diamond scheme for the mini-map, or for like the level layout, because you can either only go left or right, and it makes sense why you would never go backward. So you're only ever moving forward. And I wanted to do...
So we can't go back to these other rooms?
No.
Nope.
Oh, that's super.
You have to replay it to do it.
Go right.
But I wanted to do 4 rooms deep because I knew I wasn't going to be able to make enough monsters.
Oh, that's fair.
And
Oh, okay.
we ended up hard coding it as
God.
5, just because I think some of the design talk got lost partway
He
through.
threw his egg at me.
Cave chicken, or dungeon chicken, I guess. If you notice, you broke the top of his beak off. Now he has no beak, and just a gaping hole in his neck.
Which makes his attacks more predictable, see? Because one thing I noticed you did with the crab...
Oh, no more
the
heads.
crab has 3 attacks, or at least I saw it. The crab had
Man.
3 claw attack, which was relatively easy to predict and everything, but seemed to do a lot of damage, I'm guessing. And then he has the one where he just moves forward and hits you, and then he has one where he moves forward and hits you with his leg.
Yeah, his leg.
And the reason
Going
that's
right.
interesting is because if he was just to move forward and hit you, you would always know, okay, I dodged it this time. But if he moves forward and then does his leg attack, it throws you off, so you're like, oh god, he's going, I gotta move now. And then he hits you with the claw, and you're like, ah! So it's harder to predict.
I appreciate the extra movements that let me know when he's about to attack me.
Oh yeah, if I didn't do that, it would just be kind of shitty. There needs to be some sort of anticipation of when he's going to attack. The only thing that I sort of failed on is on the chicken. When he attacks in the center, you don't get much warning. And that's like, right now that's the biggest complaint, that the chicken's too hard. But the chicken was supposed to be hard. He's supposed to be that like really fast monster that's difficult to hit.
Yeah.
And he is. But his attacks are also a little too quick, which tends to screw over players a little bit more than I hoped for. But this game jam, this was the first time I actually attempted the Unity animation system, because we built this game in Unity, obviously, because it says Unity WebGL on here. And I really like it. I've never used that style of animation before, because this is like modern animation using like I guess I didn't really use bones in this, but you know, I built every enemy in pieces and then kind of put them together in the game. And then I animated those pieces individually, or I animated the whole body, depending on what I was doing.
Oh, I got an extra fish level up, sweet!
Yep, so now you deal more damage.
Awesome.
And
So is it 2 points of damage per hit?
Yep.
Oh wow, that's powerful.
That's
Yeah.
really good now. Okay.
now each enemy has their own like armor levels, but it makes a huge difference in the long run. That's also why I wanted to make the chicken hard, because power, if it was easy to get power, the game would be way too easy.
Man! I didn't even realize that I started another game. Oh no.
Yeah, it's quick. All it takes is a click.
Fuck that claw. Kill it!
But yeah, I was pretty happy with the animations this time around, because normally I do more traditional animation where it's frame by frame.
No, this
or
is
like,
way interesting.
Yeah, or I just do like sprite animation, which is still technically frame by frame, but it has a different mindset. But yeah, no, this was fun to make. And this one was pretty much just Covert and I. Like, our buddy James helped us get this hosted on our server, and we also had another designer, David Huang, that kind of helped out with a couple of monster designs that I don't think I ended up using very much of, but he still gave us some good feedback.
That's good.
But as far as monster design goes, I've got the crab, which is like the normal guy, right? He's kind of your vanilla monster that just kind of... He doesn't excel at anything,
fun.
he just
No,
does
I
everything.
love him.
He's supposed to be the easiest of all the
He is
monsters.
the easiest. He does have 3 different attacks though, so it's like, it is a little tricky, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's a good tutorial to tell you, hey, you know.
Yeah, then the slime was obviously kind of the tankier one, where if you don't know his weak points, he takes longer to kill. Chicken was supposed to be the fast one. I guess he
Cannot
probably...
figure out how to dodge those damn eggs.
It's tough. The left and right one are much easier. It's tough too because there's a cooldown on your dodge, so you have to wait, I think, a full second before
I
you
killed
can
him. I got
dodge
the fishy.
again.
Okay. Woo!
Green slime. This is the easy path.
No, I dodged!
There's only one instance where you can fight the same monster twice, based on how I set up the paths, and you actually ended
Oh, the
up
colors
choosing...
actually matter?
Yes.
Oh!
So the color represents the difficulty level of that monster. The red crab, or light red or orangish crab, is the easy one. The darker red one is tougher, and then obviously there's the blue one. It's the same thing with the slimes. Purple is the easy, green is medium, and gray is the toughest. And this guy is definitely supposed to be the tankiest of them all.
No joke.
But if you figure out where his weak points are, you destroyed every spot except for his weak points.
Can I go, Jer?
Yeah, go for it. I just have to say,
You should sit over here, Nathan, so people can hear you better.
No.
I have to say, as far as the art style goes, like, I can tell that this is a troll game. Like, I've played a bunch of your game jams before, and as the continuation, like, as soon as there were a couple different options to look at games, I was like, oh, it's clearly this one.
And that makes me feel really good, actually, because while I haven't been on every Troll Games game so far, I'm glad that the style kind of persists, because even I've changed the style a lot through each game jam too. Like, I started doing more pixel art, and then I decided I wanted to try doing more higher resolution stuff, and then this time it was a new style of animation. So a game jam's a good excuse to try something new each time, because if I'm not doing something new, then what's the point of doing the game jam? And like, obviously I do a lot of the design also, but I tend to get thrown more on the art side just because artists are a little bit harder to come by. And that's fine, like I enjoy doing all of it really. I'm waiting for the game jam where I get to be the programmer though. That'll be like the maximum achievement. You're doing pretty good so far though, Nathan.
Yeah, whatever, Nathan.
Yeah.
I think my biggest concern with this game while designing it was I was worried that the fish slap mechanic would feel too, like there's too much going on at once. Like you could just spam it a lot and then like breeze through all the enemies.
You see the weak spots. It's not those two.
Geez, Nathan. Gotta pay attention.
Did you learn from my mistake?
No!
Hit the jam!
My favorite monster is by far the last monster though. Yeah, you're getting good at dodging. This game's definitely easy to me because I know all the attacks, so I know when I need to dodge.
That's really what's key.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yellow chicken!
Golden chicken.
Ah, damn it.
Poor Covert, on this game jam too, I was probably a major headache because stupid Chris, when I made the art for this, I made it too high resolution.
Oh no!
So when we imported it into the game, it was huge, but I thought it would actually be smaller because I was looking at the file size of my computer. But as it turns out, Unity handles compression much differently. It uncompresses the compressed images and then recompresses it in its own format. I didn't know that. And so
I'm gonna nod my head and pretend like I understand what you're telling me right now.
basically it made the file size huge for the game, which made loading issues really bad. And when we first deployed the game on the website, people couldn't actually load the game because it was trying to load too much at once and it would just crash.
I just realized it's wearing a top hat.
Yeah, it's a little bit cut off by the health bar.
I like it though.
I decided to have Covert put the health bar on the top of the screen just because I figure you're probably looking more up than down.
I agree.
And you kind of want to see the health bar, especially when you're fighting things like the gelatinous cube.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that you know what's effective. If you notice, the stars change color.
Yeah.
So if you're attacking a critical spot, it turns red.
Yeah, that's the best part. That's the most I find that to be the most helpful tool in this thus far.
Especially too because you don't really want to look away from the monster, so that's kind of your best key because you're already looking right at it.
Because already, like, I'm staring at, like, granted I'm not playing, but I'm watching him play, and my eyes naturally just go up. If I had to look down, that would give me a headache.
Yeah, yeah. Nice, you might do this.
Whatever.
Ugh.
It's okay, he learned from me. He watched me how I did.
Your armor's pretty weak though.
Because you haven't killed the crab yet.
No, it's the gelatinous cube. Crabs give you health.
Which is awesome.
Ow, damn you.
I think at this,
Top hat is weak.
yes.
I wasn't like hitting anything when I was trying to move over there.
So the damage point on the fish is actually his head.
Ah.
Yeah. That was supposed to be the other tricky part about the weapon is that if
Go
he's...
that way.
So this one was definitely black cube before. What is this
Oh,
one?
is it randomly generated? Oh, there's
It's not randomly generated, actually, because I wanted to have set paths so that players could, if they remembered, they could build up their stats how they want.
Oh, that's really cool too. I like that.
Yeah, it also allowed me to set up an easy...
Boom.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, my favorite boss.
Oh, the little troll.
The troll game's troll.
Game's troll.
And that's my favorite attack. I was like, I'm gonna give him an attack for every limb. So he has a head attack, both arms have an attack, both legs have an attack, and his body has an attack.
That's super fun. I love that.
I will
you
beat
made that
Fish
the final
Slap.
boss.
Should I be the next
My
one?
arm got
No, I
caught.
got one
Like,
more
my
going
arm
me.
gets
You got one more?
tired, man.
Yeah, if you play more than once, it definitely starts to tire you out. You're getting good though, Nathan. I think probably farther than most other players.
I think I did pretty well. I
No,
got to the
you-
second tier, man.
I think you probably did better than Covert because Covert was complaining about it being too hard.
Whatever, Covert. It's not that hard.
He was like, "Man, these gelatinous cubes are really tanky." I don't think he
not.
figured out that they had a weak point.
It's alright, Covert. We still love you.
But the Ludum Dare is definitely one of my favorite jams.
Yeah.
I think this is the third or the fourth Ludum Dare that I've participated in.
I love that it's just a severed arm.
Oh yeah.
It's the best part.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not a severed arm per se. It's just like you don't see the rest of the body.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to draw.
No, it's totally severed because if it moves too far forward, like you can see his little stumpy.
Well, yeah.
His little stumpy.
Little stumper.
But it's not like
But it's awesome.
It's not like you see the inside of the meat.
I wish.
I thought about it, but I was like, we'll just leave it as like this floating arm because I didn't want to draw the entire arm because then that would take up too much of the screen.
Naturally.
And I don't know. It's kind of like however you interpret it, I guess.
Oh, super fun.
Damn it.
I like the generic
You have
dungeon
17 health though.
background.
You're good.
No.
What did you
I
say,
like the
Rachel?
generic dungeon background as well.
It actually took me a while to figure out what kind of background I wanted because I was like, I don't know what kind of setting we're gonna be in. And I made the crab first. That was the absolute first thing that I did because I was like, well,
Why the crab?
because we needed a monster. And
But why the crab? Why a crab?
I have no idea. I was
It's a
just
jam, Nathan. God damn it.
I started drawing circles and I was like, these look like crab eyes. And then I drew a monocle and top hat and I was like, I'll draw a body of a crab now. And then suddenly we had a fancy crab.
So the monocle and the top hat came before the rest of the crab.
Yeah, it did. And so,
This is why I love you. Okay.
but it worked well because the crab had a lot of digits. So it allowed us to kind of figure out all of the game mechanics with a single enemy. And it worked out because everything that we used on the crab, I ended up using on every other monster, but in its own way. And so I was actually really happy with that. And of course, I felt it was the most appropriate to have the troll game's troll as the final enemy.
It absolutely had to.
That head one, it always gets you.
Yeah, it does.
It's creepy as shit, too.
That was pretty much what I was going
I was
for.
like, how he's like, whoop, like he loops down and comes up at you.
You got this, you got this. Oh, no more head. You might actually have this. Just don't get hit. Although you've got pretty good armor. Most of his attacks at this point might only deal 1 damage. His head, I think, deals 5 or 6.
Get them legs. Oh no, the body.
Oh yeah, you're pretty much golden at this point. Yeah!
Yay!
Victory is a fish slap.
Woo! You got the princess fish. You saved it, hers.
Did you have fun?
I did have fun. My arm was tired, but that was a good game.
Did you enjoy it?
That was super fun. No, I loved it.
Aw.
As soon as I came into the room, I'm like, oh, let's go. Oh god! And then you just like after
I
you
now
immediately,
declare these fish, and fish.
you may fish the fish.
You may fish the fish.
the fish. Yeah. So
That was super fun.
that's Fish Slap, our Ludum Dare 32 entry. Yeah.
Alright. Good game.
Thumbs up.
Ludum Dare, Troll Games.
I hope
Play it.
Fun.
I
Very
hope
simple.
I hope other people enjoy playing it, and I hope they, despite its difficulty, try to enjoy the repeatability of it and learn the strategy.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
See you in the archives.
See you in the archives. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Shut up, Chris.
Yeah.